So good morning, everyone, to Pop's Session 1 Open Mic. It is the 22nd of May, 2022, and we are here. It's early in the United States, and we have people from all over. Thank you, members, for joining. So happy to have everyone here. So my name's Annette Tarpley. I'm the founder of Pop. Actually, what I'd like to do the first time around, out of order, is introduce Dr. Perez. Can you hear me? So how are you?
Yeah, we do hear you.
No. Okay. Dr. Perez. Perez, I am pronouncing your name wrong, my friend. Former admin for Pop. Unmute yourself. He's Hi, good morning. Can you unmute yourself? Shaharyar? Doctor? Can you unmute yourself because I can't unmute you? My former colleague and one of the founders of Pop. Unmute yourself, sir. Can you unmute yourself? I can't unmute you. Okay, I'm going to go back to you later. And we're going to go ahead and start with our first person who signed on this morning. Manu, if you could unmute yourself, sir, and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you. Okay,
Thank you.
nope, you're not up, Cesar. Manu,
Thank you.
I'm not pronouncing everybody's names right. Manu?
Thank you. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Do you hear me? Yes.
Yes, can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you once again. I think, I'm Susthir Sarker from Bangladesh. Thank you once again. Give me the another opportunity to be here in this prestigious pop family. Uh, First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and love the word of my favorite passion of poetry literacy group who gave me this opportunity once again, and from the people of Bangladesh take love and respect. Uh, at first, I am going to my first poem, which is written by me, Love and Love. Which way are we going? What will be the Earth's future? How do you show our face to the next generation? Ever wondered? Not thinking yet, but it's time to think, or to give attention, or to raise concern. Otherwise, we have to wait for another Hiroshima, or another Nagasaki, or some other cities like Troy. If we fail in love, how can we succeed in the atomic bomb? Will history forgive? Rather, we have to survive in the hated worms of the history. So, come on, friends, love and love. Please just spread the words of love if you want to save the world or humanity or mankind. Thank you all. Uh, Very recent, I have written this. Uh, Thank you once again.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. So I think since I have I'm hampered so much with the pronunciations of names. I'm
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah, yeah.
What I'm going to do is thank you for sharing. Go ahead and put yourself on mute, and then go ahead and put yourself on mute, and then I'll have the next person come up. And what I'm going to do is show y'all your pictures, and then you know who's up. So, it'll show you Facebook profile. So, Manu, you are up
Hello,
next. Good
hello,
morning.
good
Hello.
morning.
Good to see you.
Uh,
Go ahead and share with us who you are, where you're from, a little bit about you, and read your first poem.
I am from India. I am doing as an advocate here in India, and I am going to read my first poem, Soul and Smile. And I once again heartily thankful to the uh, whole team of POP. My first poem, Soul and Smile. Yes, I need the smile which teaches me to love, to live the lively, endless life. But I am tired to learn. I have a sacred head which rules the world, and also unclean feet. They are the prisoners of the head. I lost because being old, passed the peaceful childhood by the beautiful bridge of time, through the love of everyone. Time is always a cheater in a life's travel. I enjoyed the colors of teenage with lots of sorrows and joys. Heart flies high on the clouds of feeling, and the soul is the land of smile. Thank you. It's my first poem.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. That's beautiful. Okay, if you'd like to go ahead and mute yourself, thank you for sharing. We're going to go to you, sir.
I,
Can you
I,
see
I,
yourself? You are up next, Dr. Perwaiz. And you need to go ahead and mute yourself if you can.
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. That was wonderful recitation. Can you unmute yourself, sir? I wish I could help you with that, but I can't unmute. So you keep trying to unmute yourself and we'll go to the next person. And if you just give me a moment and I'll pop you up. So who we're going to next is Angie. Next.
Hello, hello,
Oh,
hello.
we're going to go with you.
Annette, Tarpley, I'm so sorry because it was not being unmuted. So it took a little bit time. I'm very sorry to all of you. Uh, I think this is my turn. Should I read out my poem?
It is, but I would like to say something about you before you do that. So, and remind me how you pronounce your name. How do you pronounce your first name? How do you pronounce your first name?
Perwaiz. Perwaiz.
Perwaiz. So this man is very important. He has been not only a member of POP from it's almost its inception 2 years ago. This is our second year anniversary, but he was a former admin and helped build POP to what it is today. So who knew that we were going to be 22,000 members a couple of years later? We're even bigger than one of the claimed largest writers forum in the world, although it is not. But we have surpassed. But never my intention when I created this. I could, if 50 people would have signed up, I would have been happy. If I continued to have 50 people, I would have been happy. But thank you all for being a POP. And sir, if you would go ahead and tell us a little bit about you and recite your first poem, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. I would like to thank you, Annette Tarpley, first of all for you, because you have given such a bright and opportunity for me to read out my poem. among learned people, honorable poets, and Facebook friends. It is a very good time for me. And from the core of my heart, I would like to thank all of you and greeting to all of you. Now I'm going to read out my poem. The title of my poem is "Oh My Beloved." Oh my beloved, this is not like that. I do not love you anymore, albeit I do not express it that how much to you I adore. I love you more, make it sure you are my heart and soul. This is the other thing. I do not exhibit it in the word of having letter 4. Even if all the charm have lost from the half open angle of your rose like curly lips, I do not stare at them all the times with the greedy eyes and lusty lips. I do not try to wake up you from sweet dreaming by stirring the Taj Mahal like your bosoms to take you out for the moon bath in the night of full strawberry moon, like those of our initial days. It is not like that. I do not love you anymore. I do not have a sense of the rising waves, those of the thirst in the sea of your eyes. But it is true, I don't want always to sail my boat. My winning is hidden in your wins indeed. In the game of chess, oh, my heart is stiller. I do not convert my every wins into defeat. Please do not see my deviations as my indifferent attitude towards you in our vast journey of love. O my co-traveler, you are my soulmate. I cannot live without you. The distance is the sojourn, since bread and butter have also to earn. Stomach sometimes becomes more powerful than our heart and soul. It makes it makes us forget all aims and goal. This is the reason that I do not want to make wet your dear like beautiful eyes. Last stanza. Oh my beloved, this is not like that. I do not love you anymore. Albeit I do not express it that how much to you I adore. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you very much. And I months
Thank you, ma'am.
back when I looked on your friend list and my friend list, even though you're over there, the only friend we had in common was one that lives locally. Rizwan Ali, Dr. Rizwan
That's
Ali.
good.
So thank you for sharing with us. It's so good to have you here. I'm thrilled to have you. Your poem was beautiful, very romantic. So if you want to
Thank you.
go ahead and mute yourself again. I don't hopefully you can unmute yourself again later, but go ahead and put yourself on mute. I'm gonna call up Angie next. You are up.
Hi, good
So
morning.
good morning.
Good morning. I'm Angie from Trinidad and Tobago. I am so happy to be spending my Sunday morning with so many brilliant poets. Um, I think I will share my first poem. This one actually did not have a name. So, okay, here we go. I have always been here. I am in the sunrise. I am in the miracles you see before your eyes. I am in the fate unseen of my believers, the upward climb strengthened by my bumpy rides. I am the trampling of the fallen, bouncing through life's trials, yet grounding them with my energy field. I am the innocent of a new-born babe, the smell of the freshly fallen rain, the dewdrops on the morning flower. I am in the call for help. It is then I am closely felt. I am in the advice given by a friend, my divine spirit running through. Think of me, I will appear. I'm already here. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That was lovely. Loved it.
Yeah.
Bravo. So if you want to go ahead and put yourself on mute again, I'm going to call up Petros. You are up next, sir. If you would like to unmute yourself. Can't hear you. Uh, uh, Petros, it says that you are unmuted, but I can't hear. We can't hear you. Um, so I don't know if you need to maybe go into your settings and your device of your microphone, or if that doesn't work, go out and then come back in. Sometimes that will work. So I'm going to move on to the next person until you are ready, and we will get back to you. And our next person up is Mr. Zaman. You are now up next, sir. If you want to
Thank
unmute
you
yourself.
for giving me the chance for reciting my poems. This is Rana Zaman from Bangladesh. I am now a retired person. I have served 33 years in government service and taking retirement as additional secretary. I have 96 books, out of two is English, is in English, and all the 94 books are in Bangla. I like to write poems, short story, novels, lyrics, rhymes, etc. My The title of my first poem is Tree of Achievement. Taking taking time is better before any step taken. Adding more thought in normal will be helpful. Knowledge is power and it consumes time. Every moment is precious to everyone. Accommodation is essential for any inhabitant. Motivation of oneself helps taking break in right time. What things, if any, should be thrown out from thinking line. Meeting the point of solution need to identify. Evident effort leads towards ray of light. Necessity is the mother of invention. Tactfulness is also a plus point. Turning of path lead to new dimension. Only oyster produce pearl within own body. Remind carefully what you have chalked out earlier. Excelsior, it will be if thoughts will arrange stars and non-star sequence. Finally, unimportant thoughts should be kicked out. Let all the positive thoughts placed on the dish. Eventually, shadow of the queen will reflect in the mirror. Carefully fold all elements of image and learn by heart. Tree of achievement enhance you towards upper stairs. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Very, very good. Very good. Very good. I think Pedro's was in here for a second and went back out again. So we are going to move on to the next person, which I don't need to show you a picture of yourself, Elizabeth. I know you know who you are. I know who you are, near and dear to my heart. Please go ahead and unmute yourself and introduce yourself. She is our youngest member of this panel. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Nigeria. My name is Elizabeth O Ogunmodede. I'm a teenager and I'm in high school. I'm an author and a poet. Today, I'll be sharing my first poem titled I'll Always Be There. Well, I'd like you guys to take note that the poem is written from the perspective of a moon. Here it goes. When my furious brother wanders away, relieving humanity of his anger, which no man can escape, I pick slowly to behold if he's out of sight, for I daren't cross his path. Out I come, casting my gleams o'er the earth, guiding every soul as they go about their days. The children welcome me with hearty smiles. The young and old sing my praise to all who cares to lend an ear. The also glorious God that accompanies no one and everyone, while bathing the earth with its light and relieves us from the hot rays of the sun. They keep telling tales of me. So much joy I feel when I come together with my tiny cousins, the stars, and show love to the world after their encounter with my angry brother. My bright smile, I hope they will understand, to be my only way of saying I'll always come around. Just hold on till then. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. As always, Elizabeth, all of your work here. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so Petros is not with us anymore, at least not right now. So next, I forgot your screen name, but I think you are the Mystical Yogani. Isn't that you?
Hi,
Good
Lakshmi
morning.
here. Hi, Annette. Good
morning.
evening, everyone here, and it's so glad to be back on the open mic contest. This is my second time I'm participating, and I've met quite a few of these talented poets in the previous contest. It's an absolute pleasure to be joining you all this evening here in India. And thank you so much for the opportunity, Annette. It's an absolute pleasure. So let me read out my first poetry, which I have chosen, written as an ode to my mother. The title of my poem is The Mother's Magic. The inexplicable tolerance of your pain at my birth, the miraculous power of your healing touch in my illness, the magical glamour of your smile at my achievements, the remarkable taste of your food on my platter, the incredible patience of your moods at my tantrums, the unparalleled experience of your methods at handling my mistakes, the astounding intuitions of your mind at my sorrows, the unprecedented sense of your mind at unveiling secrets, the mind-boggling sacrifices of your own needs for the family, the unaccountable protection of my self-respect and worth always. You are that phenomenal creation of the Almighty, an extension of the divine's mercy, care, and grace, an epitome of supreme unconditional love, someone who creates a sense of belonging, to alter my flaws and guide me on the righteous path. Mother, you make me who I am truly meant to be today and every day. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful and a wonderful homage to your mother.
Thank
So,
you.
and are you a mother? Are you a mother?
Yes, I'm a mother of two girls. I have a daughter aged 15. She's in class 10 now, and another one who's aged 8 in class 3.
Very good. So someday your children will say those wonderful things about you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure to be here once again. Thank you so much, Annette.
Great to have you. Now we have the lovely Swati Garg. You are up, darling. I can't hear you. We can't hear you still, Petros. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what's going on.
Hello, everyone.
Anybody have any helpful hints for Petros? Not sure, he's having some problem. Swati, go ahead, darling. Introduce yourself and recite your beautiful poetry.
Thank you, Annette. Very lovely good morning to everyone here, all wonderful people around the world, wonderful poets indeed. Myself is Swati Garg from India, and I am a dress designer by profession, And my writing journey was initiated during the first shock of COVID 2 years before. And POP, such a wonderful platform. I've been here last 1.5 years, I suppose. And this is my second open mic session. And I'm a proud mother of 2 teenagers. So here I am with my first poem, My Burning Desire. Soaring kites, the kingdom of birds so high, meandering foamy clouds or the golden ball in sky. Since childhood, I dreamt of accompanying them, my burning desire. Lincoln, Mandela, Gandhi, Ashoka, Dalai Lama, Shivaji, Rana were inspirations and tired. Toiled day and night, worked on each flaw of my spine, tugged buttons of each iota of knowledge possible in forte mind. Man proposes, God disposes. Social thorns pierced but the pace of my feet. A girl should be a wife or a mother. The rest is just her useless bleat. Family accusations and parental bonds. To them succumbed. My passion mutedly withered. I was married to a dark skinned, thin figure who was thick with reserves. Gradually, I accepted living in the dark abyss of glistening life. Years passed. One day, I was blessed to visit Burj Khalifa, the top of all rights. Then, in some of those mounting moments, it awakened my somnolent insight. And then there was light. And then there was light. That hardship is the key to all doors of delight. From that moment, I aced all the tests of being a social reformer. And my impulses, I was on top of the world, slowly unlocked heart's dormer, gulped all the poison of hatred with an antidote of perseverance and might. Since then, never looked back. My husband too befriended me in my soaring flight. Thank you.
So Petros, yes, you can put your poem there in the messages. And when we get the video back, we also will get a transcript of that. So your poem will be in there. So yes, please do that. That was beautiful. What I noticed about you when you were reciting was you're a dress designer, so you have creativity and you very much have that little theatrical piece there. So you're creative in your presentation as well. Thank you for sharing that with us. It was wonderful.
Thank
And
you.
very much appreciate it. And next up is Richard Temple. Looking forward to what you have, sir.
Hi, thank you. Can I just draw your attention to the chat? Petros has asked if he can post his poem in the chat because his sound isn't working very well. So.
Yeah. I just said that, and I also think I put a note in there, so he's welcome to do that. Cool. And then that also will be printed out in the transcript later. So, and if the rest of you as well would like to put your poems in the chat so people can see them, that's okay, because that will be part of the transcript later on that we'll get. So, okay, go ahead, Richard. Introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name's Richard Temple. I'm coming to you from Wales in the UK. I've woken up with a bit of a cold this morning, so my voice is a bit cracky. I'm hoping it will be gravelly and sexy as opposed to just hard to understand. Okay, so I've done one of these before. I'm fairly new. I'm new in the group and I'm very new to poetry. I certainly can't compete with Mr. Zeman's 96 books in 2 languages. I've had a couple of things published in anthologies and journals. I'm going to take a bit of a different tack this week. I've done one of these before, and last time I was reading bizarre poems about sausages and things. But it's going to be a bit more difficult this week, I think. A friend of mine who is one of only two people I've ever met that I would consider to be genuinely a genius took his own life last week, and it's knocked me sideways a bit, so there might be a bit of a different tone this week. This is my tribute to him. His name was Gareth. Where does genius go? Where does genius go when it implodes, when it becomes too much to bear? Hunched beneath a burden of phosphoric inspiration, like Atlas, muscles split and bleeding. Symphonic celebration, the weight of raw emotion, crushing frail, fragile frame. The boatman takes more than just pennies these days. The inflation of salvation. Left behind, we dance in clouds of sparks, burning our fingers as we grasp golden tokens, fleeting fireflies, curling in currents, seeking a host. Will we ever know where spent and murderous genius goes? Thank you.
Wow, that was beautiful. And sorry for the loss of your friend. I truly am. And so we'll all say a prayer and pay homage to Garrett, I believe it was. So thank you for sharing that with us. Mr. Gul, you are up next, sir. If you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Yeah. Can you hear me, please? Okay, assalamu alaikum and good afternoon here. Because in Pakistan, it's good afternoon. First of all, it's really my pleasure that I met almost all of you, apart from 1-2 persons, for the second time. Just a brief biography or introduction. I'm Gul, I'm from Pakistan. I'm basically an English teacher. I worked in Dubai for 21 years, and I do write Pashto poetry, Urdu poetry, and English poetry. My first book was published in 2017, English poems. And I'm a Toastmaster also, a member of International Toastmaster Group. So I won't take much of your time. Let me just recite my first poem. In fact, it is a short song. So I sing song in Pashto, I sing song in Hindi, like Bollywood songs, I sing song in Arabic, but in English, lyric I write, but I never sang, so you just try to understand, because I'm not very well in singing. Then sweet time bell will ring. Then sweet time bell will ring. This is the title. How sweetest was that time, each moment was so bright. How sweetest was that time, each moment was so bright, so lovely as the spring, let's say aloud and sing. Oh God, give us that mirth and glee, true lovers meet for long and spree. When we were like one, how life full of fun. When we were like one, how life full of fun, all time we wish to cling, let's say aloud and sing. Oh God, give us that mirth and glee, true lovers meet for long and spree. Though loneliness kills me, but my hope tells me, though loneliness kills me, but my hope tells me, then sweet time bell will ring, let's say aloud and sing. Oh God, give us that mirth and glee, true lovers meet for long and spree. That's all. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you very much. So graced by all of your talents. So I'm going to go next, and I think I have I skipped anyone first? If I have, please remind me. And when we go do round Two, if I skip you by accident, make sure you voice your that I've skipped you. I had a session recently, a couple of weeks ago, where I skipped them, not intentionally, but I'm very happy to have you all. My name is Annette Tarpley. I am the founder of the Passion of Poetry, and only a very small component of it. And I thank you all for being here and being members. And I haven't been writing for too long, but I just haven't had time through the years. I've written very little until the last couple of years. I've been prolific ever since. So I've written a lot of poetry. I have 2 books out. And I recently, in December, started writing short stories. I've written 4, all of which are published. And my goal, my real dream, is to write a novel someday, of which I have the first 2 chapters. I just don't have time to write on it. But that is my goal, is to write a novel someday. And I also am coming out with a children's book next month. My first children's book which is a poem, and went and took it to my grandson one day. My 8-year-old grandson read him the poem and said, what needs, he said, yeah, Grandma, that's really good. And I said, what needs to change? He says, vocabulary. I said, yes, I need your help. So he helped me rewrite the poem. So he's going to be the co-author on the cover at age 8. So we're excited to have that done. All the illustrations are done. But like you, Gul, I want to share something. Actually, I wrote this kind of as a song. It has a repetitive type verses in it. Someday I would like to write songs or lyrics for songs, but I don't think I've quite got there yet. This is an important poem, and I've done it a lot lately. It's one that has a recent video that you all may have seen. It's called Will You Remember Me? And I would like to preface this with the story behind it. About 3 weeks ago, I went to visit a patient who is on a ventilator. And every time I go, I read her my poetry, and her eyes always are bright. She has this wonderful smile, just a spirit you can sense. But she can't verbally speak. She only mouths words. Yeah, she was mouthing words to, I couldn't figure out what she was saying. But I got, will you remember me? And I said, yes, I will always remember you. Sometimes we meet people once in our lives and we remember them for the rest of our lives. They touch us, they make an impact. I'm sorry, was somebody going to say something? Okay. So anyway, that's where this poem came from. So it means a lot to me, and I wrote this for her. And hopefully she'll see it next week, the video. Will you remember me? Once I was vibrant and full of life. A bold and strong woman was I. Youth and energy enveloped my spirit, invincible and spry. No constraints to what I could do, only limited by my mind. Of a tough stock I was made, yet I was gentle and I was kind. Will you remember me when I'm gone? Will you remember my smile? Will you remember the dance of my eyes, knowing me was worthwhile? Now I'm older, my hair is gray and has lost its luster and sheen. I still feel young at heart. I'm not really as old as I seem. My mind is clear as I think. What impact I have made. Wrong choices I once chose. Tears line the path I paved. Will you remember me when I'm gone? Will you remember my smile? Will you remember the dance of my eyes, knowing me was worthwhile? I miss you, my friend. Now you are gone. Your spirit is at rest. I miss your laugh. I miss your voice. Your smile was always best. An impression you made within my soul, kindred spirits from the start. I felt your angelic spirit ascend when from this earth you did depart. I will miss you, my friend. Dazzle the stars with your smile. Glow of the moon dances in your eyes, knowing you was worthwhile. So, in honor of her, thank you for listening. And so we're going to make round two, and we'll go in that order. Even though it's a little out of order, we're going to go in the same order that we did before. And that is, we're going to start with, we're going to start with Susthir. You are up, sir.
Thank you once again.
You're welcome.
Basically, I am a banker. uh, banking job is a tough. Uh, Now I'm going to recite my next poem, which is very short. I have written from this present situation of the world. The title of my second poem is Wings. The ants are released today and in a charming mood. After a long decade, that long-term splendor has gone. Look at their wings are on human backs. Thank you. This is very short poem. Thank you. Thank you once again. It's absolutely high pleasure for me to be here once again for the second time. Thank you. Thank you, Pop family.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you, and thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you very much. So up next, we have, it's a little out of order. I've numbered things and I can't read my own handwriting. All right. Dr. Perez, I'm saying your name wrong again. My friend, you are up again. And I will probably, we have to come up with a nickname for you. Can you hear that you're up? Or do I need to put your picture up here again? Because I
Parveen,
wasn't.
Annette, are
Yes,
you
you're
asking
up.
for me? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So nice of you. So I got another chance to read out my poem. The title of my poem is War and Peace. The machines crush human feelings and emotions. The machines crush human feelings and emotions. The machine makes senseless slave to weaker nations. Weapons are more dangerous to human beings because these kill and destroy the whole populations. There have been warmongers in every part of the world since the agrarian society and the dawn of civilization. There are few nations under the influence of the devils which want to make slave to their neighboring nations. The war is more devastating than pandemic COVID-19. To protect from it has not been invented any vaccine. Warmongers are like zombies, thirsty of blood. They are more damaging than quake and floods. The soldiers become crazy in behavior during the wars. In dealing with enemies, they don't care about civilians. No one would like war across the whole world. It is imposed by only those who are bullying nations. Wars have left nothing to mankind except blood and tear. For the sake of peace, humanity has always to bear. From the human fraternity of the world, this is the last stanza of my poem. From the humanity fraternity of the world, I will appeal, stop the war, resolve the dispute with a peaceful deal. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. A very important poem in this day and time. Thank you for writing it and sharing it. It's very important. Many people need to hear that. So Thank you for
Yes.
sharing. So I went
I'm
out of
honored. Thank
order,
you.
and I apologize to Manu that I actually skipped you. You are up, sir. I apologize.
I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. I'm going to read my second poem. The title of the poem is Sparrow Speak. It's about a sparrow life. I am a sparrow who is a friend of humans. I am seeking for my life to be part of Mother Nature. Let me live. Our generation is begging for a peace and mercy from you to live and to let live others. I am a part of your journey. I sang a melody with the morning breeze, which makes the world sing. I am wonder in your children's eyes. God gave us all the same life to live the life in a right path. I am good friend of your life. Now you kill us for your greed. Let me and my children live by the love and care of you all. You know the pain of losing. You lost lovely relationships. Don't cut us off from Mother Nature. Don't make us orphans like you. Just split a bit of love towards us. We will promise the long lasting friendship. Thank you.
That was beautiful. That was a great message. Very well written.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing that with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And next up, we have Miss Angie. You are up next. I think you're trying to unmute yourself. And I wish I could do that, but they won't. It doesn't let me do that. Okay, we'll give you a couple more seconds. If you can't get it, we'll move on to the next person. Then you keep working on unmuting. Did you get there? No. So we're going to go to the next person. Probably our most published author. Very impressive. Mr. Rana, you want to go ahead and share with us again?
Thank you, Annette, for giving me another chance. The title of my second poem is Roaming Your Memories. At first, render my reverential salute to you, Ma. Long time have passed, I don't see you. Every moment you are alive in my memory. Thousands of Ma call are in queue. Tolerance of mine has now become a tree. End of your journey stopped me seriously, Mother. Recovery of mental strength is taking time longer. Finding your existence from Milky Way is not so easy. Obviously, for doing this, I keep myself busy. Rest in peace of any beloved person give pain restlessly. Mom's favorite memories are like calm ocean. Yachting in my mother's memories stop me not. Last moment with you does not let me sleep. Poedema of morning do not make me weak. Poems of you in enriching me day by day. Icon of you is giving me motivation to move forward. Notable thing is that you are still administering me. Groaning soul make the word mother every time. Most of the time I write poem about you, dear. One thing is that, Mom, my feeling will never be end. Truths take place when a poem flourishes with cheer. Heading towards the grave I will never bend. Entrance to the world in is duty your sacrifice. Roaming your memories is tasty more than spice. Thank you very much for question sharing.
Very good. That was wonderful, sir. Thank you for sharing. And I'm sure all of us are rather humbled to be in your presence since you've published so much and done so much. Thank you for sharing. And next we have Elizabeth. Where are you? Are you there somewhere? There you are. Hi, Elizabeth. It's your turn, darling. Can't hear you
Okay,
yet.
it's a poem titled You Have to Come Back. I'm cold, even though it's summer. I am heartbroken. The pain in my heart is unbearable. I won't believe any of their tales. You promised to come back with a big smile on your face. Why did you keep me waiting all day long? I received a message that says you are gone. I know it's a lie, so I shall sleep tonight, and I know that I will wake up to your beautiful voice singing me a song by my bedside. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much. That was sweet. Loved it. Thank you. So, Angie, and we just wanted to check with you. Were you able to unmute?
Yes, I'm unmuted.
Thank you.
I just need to open. Good. Hi. Sorry about that. It was in the settings. Okay, so I'm going to read a poem that I actually did a recording on yesterday. It's up on my site, The Creations and Beyond, and posted, I believe, in Passion of Poetry also. So, here we go. The Forgotten Language of Creation. The forgotten language of creation, where harmony exists in the stubble gentle swaying of the breeze, gliding through the treetop, creating natural chords of musical notes. The upright stature of the flowers as they soak in the morning dew, the buzz of the worker bee as they flutter from flower to flower, ensuring procreation of all flowering plants. The whistle of the blue jays sweetly giving their morning greeting of light and love, peace and harmony. The brisk play of the squirrels as they jump and run from the trunk of the starch mango tree to the top and back again in carefree frolicking delight. The scent of the lovers as they sit in silence, basking in the morning sunlight, immersed in the aroma of their morning coffee. The warmth of the sun creeping through the dark clouds, peaking, rising, glowing, sending magnificent rays to hold of creation, tenderly touching as if kissing everything to say, morning, you're alive, wake up and smile. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us. And well, worth the wait, even though we had to wait a while. So, Patros, if at any time you do get sound, feel free to join us. You can post whatever you'd like in the chat part so we can read your poetry later. That will come up in the transcript and we'll be able to disperse it later. And anybody else who wants to share there can do as well. So, all right. Next we have the Mystical Yogani. You are up.
Yes. Hi, Annette. Hello, everyone, once again. So this one I have recently written is a poem to welcome spring. Let me read it out for you. Marking the dawn of a mint new day, with blackbirds and robins warbling their magical cacophony. Dewdrops I find gathered upon the misty leaves, like tiny droplets of pearls settled in an exotic place. Colorful and graphic floral bouquets hanging from the branches of trees. with a caressing breeze carrying with it the scents of the luscious blooms, fragrance of the morning soil after the misty haze, the rays of the glistening sun seeping through the transparent veil, warming up my soul towards a brighter start, with cows in the meadows grazing fine pastures, uplifting my spirits to newer realms of brevity. Do you reverberate my musings to welcome the season? Thank you.
That was beautiful. Lots of imagery in it. Took us to spring. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you so much.
beautiful. And next, the designer's up. Swati, you are up.
Who
Hello
is
again.
next?
Swati again. Hello. Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, you are
So,
audible.
okay, thank you. Going next with my second poem, which I have chosen for today, is True Love, the Alizar of Life. He gave me a red rose on Valentine. It wafted fragrance in my life like sunshine. Holding hand in hand, we walked with radiant smiles. Beholding an oath, beholding an oath that we will bear all the thorns together, crossing destiny's miles. As time flew, myriad hues of love we painted in our hearts' mural. Every moment we spent together with ebullience was like a music choral, as even the mightiest mountains slide away. As even the mightiest mountains slide away, so was our bouquet of happiness, as due to a deadly disease. As due to a deadly disease, my spirit was clasped by weariness. With each falling petal of time, he caressed me with optimism. Did my withering hair, did my withering hair moisten my shrinking skin with enthusiastic love and rhythm? Before, before I closed my eyes, before I closed my eyes, leaving him in abyss of everlasting ache, of everlasting ache, I took a promise from him to always nurture, to always nurture the withered petals of our love's lotus lake, of our love's lotus lake. Thank you.
Beautifully written. That was beautiful.
Thank
Very
you.
romantic. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you,
Thank
Annette.
you. Everybody
Thank you,
keep doing
everyone.
your comments in the comment section. That's great. And next up we have Richard. Would you please share?
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say first, this is a sort of nice demonstration of how alive poems really are. Is that when I read the previous one, I misread one of the lines and corrected myself, and I read a war of raw emotion instead of the weight of raw emotion, and that's much better. I've gone back and changed it now. So misreadings are the way to go, I think. And I think Dr. Was it Perwaiz? Perwaiz opened the floodgates for me with poetry about war, so I'm going to do one of those. Also, the only poem I think I've ever heard with the word agrarian in it, which I thought was wonderful. This is called No Standards. Symbols divide, assuming a pride of allegiance or location. A legacy from chalky tombs of warriors, narcissists or robbers, power players, manipulators, spreading hate and horror, clawing for advantage, partisan ties of school or family, place, language or arbitrary inherited mysticism, appearance, aesthetic, shared values, pretended, unmerited, standard bearer, accepting the honor to provide a target, the flapping mark of his thraldom to general state and church, a perspective not even adopted by the despots he serves. As he moves in plain sight to signal intent of men deemed superior, hoping to harm those who fly different flags for identical impulse. Proud of their service, proud to grovel, proud to die, proud to kill. This flag is not mine, yet I'm not your enemy, not part of your game, fights or squabbles. Ancestral achievements, contemporaries, countrymen are not mine to claim without blame for their shame. Perpetuate pain again and again. If we all do the same, we'll maintain the misery, antipathy, and all in the name of a flag. Thank you.
Wow, that was very powerful. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was, yeah. I think we all could feel that. So thank you very much for sharing that with us. Gul, I accidentally called you a second ago. I was trying to bring up your profile. So, go ahead and share with us, sir. Again.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
So my next poem, the title is Long Time Ago. Long time ago, someone planted this tree. Now its cool shadow makes us glee. Long time ago, someone built these schools, which made us learn, showing us good life rules. Long time ago, someone dug this village well. We drank its free flow cold water without paying any bill. Long time ago, someone made that path to that high mount, through which we reach high peaks and feel paramount. Long time ago, someone structured this wooden bridge on this river. Now we happily cross it, never tremble or shiver. To all the needy, we must extend helping hands. To all the needy, we must extend helping hands and stick to our ancestors, God's loving brand. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. That was beautiful. Thank you very much, sir. I'm trying to figure out what to myself recite because I'm always the last minute person of trying to figure out something to recite. I've written a lot of poetry lately, but I think that I wrote one last night. It's short. It's called Her Lonely Life. She whispered, "Who am I? What have I become?" Isolation, estranged from the kiss of the sun. Memories flooded in, days forgotten of human touch. Long ago, relaxing her grasp, relinquishing her clutch. Walls within, no longer hearing, deprived of melodic speech. Reverberating echoes, past conversations beyond her reach. Once she reveled in others' company, now a sequestered recluse, writhing in a tightened, weaved web, yearning for freedom she wanted loose. Stifling was her voice, for so long it was the captive of silence. Her sole company she now rejected, fatigued by her former compliance. A metamorphosis was needed within her embodied lonely cocoon. This would be the spring of her release, a cathartic orbit of her moon. Unlocking her bolted doors, her eyes squinted in the glaring sun, ears hearkening a child's laughter. Her heart leapt and she began to run. So that is her lonely life. And so we're an hour into the program, and we went round pretty quick. We went 2 rounds. We typically go at least an hour and a half, so we have a time for another round if everybody is up for it. We'll go ahead and we'll start from the beginning again, and that is Susthir. If you would unmute yourself, sir. And
Thank you. Thank you once again.
Susthir.
On behalf of me and Bangladesh, I would like to extend my best wishes and love to all. Thank you. I'm going to recite my next poem, and the title of my poem is I'm Happy to Lose. Don't think that if I lose, you will win. If you are happy with all my smiles and joys, know that I will win even if I lose. Look, deep secrets in these innocent eyes. In the lava of suffering, the clouds gather. In the bosom of the sky, monsoon becomes a stream in the still world of the air. And use sacred bath in that holy water. After touching your body, stored in this heart again. And I also get your touch indirectly. Don't think that if I lose, you will win. I am very happy to lose and play with the given sorrows. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. I sincerely apologize if I made any mistake. Uh, thank you all. Thank you all.
thank you for sharing, and you're doing just fine. Thank you. It's very lovely. We appreciate you sharing your beautiful poetry. Next up, we have Manu. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself. If you you got it? Yep, you're next. All right.
Yes. Thank you for giving me a third opportunity to present my third poem. My third poem titled Flowers and Women. Flowers bloom in gardens. Women bloom in a family by the grace of Supreme Soul. Breathe, light, and air makes flowers glow. Love, peace, and joy keep women cheered. Every flower is born blessed. Its nectar is used by the bees to give honey. Its beauty brings smile on every man's face. Its fragrance freshens everyone around. It is being plucked to decorate as a service to God for a happiness and in sorrow, just like a woman is used in anybody's life. We have a one life like you. Our life depends on one who uses respect our sacrifice, respect our sacrifices, enjoy our sacrifice, enact your life by our beauty, our cry for love, peace, and joy. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Beautifully written. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
It's
you
marvelous.
very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And next up, we have Dr. Perwaiz. If you want to unmute yourself again and present for us. And I'm going to come up with a nickname for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to call you Wiz because your last name or your first name is Waiz. I'm going to drop the A and just call you Wiz. So I'm going to call you Dr. Wiz. That's my nickname for
Yes, actually,
you. So,
the spelling of my name is not correct. One of my teacher has written like that. Otherwise, it is very clear. Perwaiz, Parvez, Perwaiz. So,
Perwaiz.
full name is
Perwaiz.
Perwaiz Shaharyar. Yes, Perwaiz. Very simple. two syllable, Perwaiz. So my next poem is The Spring Season. These are the two ends of the same spring. These are the two ends of the same string, autumn season and the season of spring. Trees shed their leaves in the autumn. Don't take it negative, don't condemn. Autumn gives us a lesson again to think about the merchants whose ship does sink. However, change is the part of our life, says to husband after marriage every wife. If autumn comes, spring is not far behind. Don't get upset. Don't let agony come to mind. Our body is just like tree. It blooms when it feels free. When the spring comes on human being, the couples get their first offspring. When the butterflies kiss the flowers, love climbs on the top of the towers. When you feel intoxication in the eyes of your woman, know that spring has come down and gone the autumn. Trees enjoy spring more than any human. They don't believe in the saving for autumn. We mankind don't enjoy as such full of spring. We mankind live in the fear of future savings. And this is the last stanza I am going to read. People should learn about life, how to enjoy. People should learn about life, how to enjoy coming close to nature and living the digital toy. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Love that last little bit there. That was wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Really appreciate it. I love having you here. Next, we have the beautiful Angie. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
Hi, I'm going to change it up a little bit and have some fun. This one is called The Games We Played. The games we played out on the yard, pelting the ball, praying to hit the wicket, swinging the bat in hopes of touching the ball, skying it upward in the air, speeding through the hands as they missed and fell to the ground, running to the wicket before the ball hits home. The game of cricket, played by two, played by many. To be part of a team, every player with his own role. Bowler, batsman, wicketkeeper, fielder, umpire. The thrill and excitement at every stage. Following the ball. Who has it? The bowler? The wicketkeeper? Did the strategy of the batsman win? Is the fielder flying up in the air to catch the ball or rolling on the ground, ball secured in his hands? The aches and pains hidden through victory with a smile. The comradeship, the fun, the sense of belonging, the shouts, off, hit it, run, catch it, throw the ball, or you out, next man. Heated discussions of he out or the ball did not touch the wicket. The feeling of the sun gleaming down the backs of the players, the water breaks, the changing of the team, the batting team and the fielding team, changing their strategy, implementing new tactics. Game on. Both triumph and defeat near. Commentary chatter. Wasn't that the best batting you have ever seen? Which player got bowled out for duck? Who scored most runs? How many sixes and fours? Did you see that? The excitement of the game. The end.
Good, thank you. That was a nice change. So take us to the game with you. So that was great. Loved
Thank
it.
you.
And next up, we have Rana. If you would like to present again, dear sir, unmute yourself, please.
Thank you very much for third round. This is my 6-line poem. The title of the poem is Stand Up with Courage. There is nothing to be afraid of, friend. You need to stand up with courage. Your courage will make the enemy afraid. The break strongly the limitations cage. There will be no more fear in your mind. You don't have to look anymore behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Short and sweet. Appreciate your sharing everything with us. Thank you, sir. Okay, so next up we have dearest Elizabeth. Are you there? There you are.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, my third poem is titled Rightful Companions. Infants whine and cry for toys, sway them in the air for joy, brood when new ones arrive. Never can they be better companions than books. Companions are unleashed potentials. Books entails reading between the lines, which strengthens their psychological development. Infants toy around with toys. Would they be better companions than books? Companions that will dwell permanently in them. The resounding words of wisdom in books are better than the gigantic teddies. Words of wisdom through the books would never depart from them all through life. Authors, writers, and renowned men never live for eternity, but their preserved inks on papers are left behind knowledge. Restrict not would arrive when all they have gotten from the books will be cherished. Even creative arts made into books are left by infants in tatters. Yet the images and colors triggers their curiosity, and the quest for more leads them to the track of wisdom, where the train to a better future awaits. Books are non-living things that bring to life the best of humans. They are objects that brings the issue of illiteracy, a deadly trap unknown to many in the society, to an abrupt end, and they shed light on the best legacy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. And just something I would like to say about you. Elizabeth is young. I think you're 14 now. Are you 14 or are you older now?
I'll be 15 in August.
August what? August, what's the date?
31st. The
31st.
last day.
The last date. So the
Yeah.
thing about you, Elizabeth, that I think is very admirable is at such a young age, you are a huge, not only proponent of literature, but you're a great role model for us all, as well as the youth across the country. So thank you for everything you do for literature, and much love to you. You already know I love you, Elizabeth. So
I know.
anyway,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Love
Thank
you
you so
too.
much. All right. Next up, we have Lakshmi Ajoy. You are up. The Mystical Yogani.
Yeah. Hi, Annette, once again. Here I choose my next poem, which is An Orison to the Divine, as it's titled I Rise and Shine. Okay. So every day I rise and shine in the bliss of your sparkling presence. Guide me through life, O divine, pouring the wisdom of your nectarine essence. I grow and nurture in your bright luminescence, learning peacefully the lessons of love and light. The notion of your merciful omnipresence helps me seek a peek into my knowledge bright. I gain exposure to a soulful insight, garnering the traits of noble compassion, transforming the world into peaceful light and white, and leading this mission with utmost passion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was beautiful. I love that. Very nice. Very nice. And next we have the great designer. So Swati, if you want to unmute yourself, my dearest.
Thank you. Such a wonderful session. Everybody is being so good. And I'm here to wish peace around the world with my next poem. So this poem, peace. And I actually wholeheartedly wish to see the world getting it very soon. Pacifying souls, emitting enlightening aura. O earth, I plead, your bosom shall soothe in plethora. O earth, I plead, your bosom shall soothe in plethora. While going insane, emotions lacerated and mundane, paper bills of myriad hues have tamed humanity. Paper bills of myriad hues have tamed humanity, making lame. Few sages, angelic spirits in barren corners, preaching eternal peace. Abandoned, but people are at war. Abandoned, but people are at war for stealing success. I pray this pandemic lessons all. I pray this pandemic lessons all to metamorphose their self, living at peace, selling harmony, building assets of wealth, building assets of wealth. Thank you. Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, hopefully, anyone again who wants to share their beautiful poetry uh, in the chat, that would be fine. Patros left us. I know so I want to actually acknowledge that he had difficulty, that he left. So, hopefully you can join us next time, Patros. So next up, we have Richard again. Be delighted to hear what you have for us next.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought there was another one before me.
You've got me wondering. Let's see.
The
I don't think so. I
Yogani,
think you're up next.
Okay. No worries. I'm going to use the opportunity to plug my new book. This is an anthology of poems based around Chinese astrology, but light-hearted takes. It's pretty funny actually on the whole. 78 poems in there from 17 poets, and it's available on Amazon all over the world, and it's dirt cheap. So can't have it, especially if you buy the ebook version. It's very cheap indeed. Okay, I might have a cultural difference problem here. Because I don't know how international the subject is. My poem is a rethinking of the Billy Goat's Gruff sort of German children's story that I think is fairly international in English language. I'm not so sure whether it'll be known in India. So if this means nothing to you, please just enjoy the language. This is called Bully Goat. Big Billy Goat Gruff was rough and tough, but his bloodthirsty bluff was but bully boy banter. This craven oppressor, bull-headed aggressor, sent siblings as sacrifice, not once, but twice, like coal mine canaries condemned to the cemetery. Of this cowardly conspiracy to crop back his family tree, he explains narcissistically, I realised belatedly how much they hated me, convincing the enemy he'd rather be eating me. But withhold your sympathy, for all is not what it seems. Billy Goat swims, so it's purely a vanity, preferring to see his brother's deceased, not wanting the water to fluff up his fleece. He committed to brutalize breach of the peace when a brief brackish bath would have saved all their souls from unwarranted conflict with ravenous trolls. Thank you. Wuxing Lyrical it's called, with a Wuxing, Wuxing Lyrical.
That was entertaining, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you joined us. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing that with us. Gul, you are up next, sir. I've forgotten anybody in round 3. I don't think I have, but if I have, please speak up. Am
I audible again? Thanks a lot for giving me the third chance. The title of my poem is Echoes of True Love. Chirping birds and trees, chanting love songs of you and me. Chirping birds and trees, chanting love songs of you and me. Roaring waves and tides, the sea's giant hands, come to the shore and fold those sands that we walked on last night. See that full moon is smiling and watching us from the starry sky, feeling shy in gazing at your face, brighter than hers. Listening to the cool breeze, whistling through dry leaves, tuning the songs of love and care, tuning the songs of love and care that we feel and share in Almighty Creator and His creature, both support and discord these echoes of love. Then let us tie this bond till the last sighs of our life. And on the judgment's day, Almighty God will endorse this divine truth and make us immortal. That's all.
That was beautiful. I loved it. I have a hair in my eye, I think, for my dog. So we'll see if I can take time to read one more. I'm struggling a little bit on which one to recite.
I also want to read out.
Okay. I'm sorry. What was?
Can I read my one poem? Anything?
Did
If
I
there is
skip
any
you?
hope.
Did I skip you? Did you read 3? Have you read 3?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to make around 4, but if you want to, I'll tell you what, since you helped me found this this group, I will have you close after I finish with your poem. Did I forget anybody else?
Okay.
But let me do my poem and then I'll have you do the closing poem. How does that sound? I'll have you close.
Okay.
All right. This is dedicated to the person who told me it was rubbish or whatever. So this is a rubbish poem, and I think I ended up kicking him off of Pop. One thing you don't if you don't want to get kicked off of Pop, don't tell me my poem is rubbish, and say something else very derogatory towards me, and you'll be able to keep off. But I created it as a positive environment. So anyway, even if he thinks it's rubbish, but he came to me. In a dream, he came to me, clad in white, surrounded by a billowing cloud of light. Stretching out his arms, he said, "Come to me, my child. Give me your burdens as I comfort you for a while. I've never left you for a moment during your journey on earth. I was with you from the onset when your mother gave birth. I was there to breathe life into you when you took your breath, holding your hand when you were unsteady and took your first step. I was there when you journeyed on a dark, tumultuous sea. When you were scared and fearful, I heard your pleas for me. alone, wanting someone to be around. I was the one who whispered, "You're okay," when there was no one to be found. I was always there beside you when you thought no one cared. I was the wind that dried your eyes in your depths of despair. Come to me, my child. Let me comfort you with my sweet caress. As you tell me your fears and worries and your sins you confess. It was me who soothed you with a coo. I was the snow white dove. Have faith in me and grow strong as I envelop you with my love. So, um, that is it for me. I think we have all made 3 rounds. Is that correct? Everybody recited 3 poems. If anybody hasn't, speak up now, forever hold your peace. Perwaiz is going to do a final poem, and I'm doing that to honor
Yes, ma'am.
being basically one of the founders. So if you would do that, and then we'll say our goodbyes. Thank you for sharing one more with us.
Should I read out? Okay. The title of my poem is Only Love is the Way Out. Only love is the way out. We all are busy sailing our boats, no matter how large or small. But one thing we must keep in our mind, only those will survive until the last who is riding on the boat of love. Jealousy, hatred, enmity, and revenge, these are like holes in the boat of life, which will lead us to sinking sooner or later. We must remove these all from our boat. Their presence is momentary, like bubbles on water. The honest men keep tidy their loving boat. What may come, how rough would be weather, the true man never let his boat float alone. Fidelity and sincerity are his 2 rudders. Only love is the way out to cross the life's river. Last couplet. Hatred is found largely everyone can view. Hatred is found largely everyone can view. However, true love is like a pearl found in few. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So I was going to do something different. It just came to my mind, and this will be our parting. Is this? I'm going to go around and I'll start, and then we'll go around to the end. So I will call on your name in order, I guess, of how you appeared. But we are going to do a poem right now together, a collaborative effort. So, and you can say whatever you want. If you don't want it to rhyme, you don't have to have it rhyme. But everybody will say one line, okay? And this is going to be very impromptu. So hopefully, but get your wheels running in your head, because here it goes. And I'm still trying to think of what I'm going to say. So now is the time for us to part. And okay, now is the time for us to part. So next up we have Susthir. You are next. Now is the time for us to part.
Thank you. Thank you from me and the people of Bangladesh. Uh, Thank you to give me this opportunity to be here. I'm very excited and very happy to the among highly literate poems among the world. Thank you all. I sincerely apologize for. I know my uh, my I know my pronunciation is few problems. That's why I apologize. But I'm highly excited and truly it's a happy moment for me and uh, exciting for me to be here. Thank you all and thank you all. Stay well. Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So anybody who,
And
thank
this is
you. So
my
anybody,
this is my book.
Okay.
Thank
there's your book. Thank you. So anybody who wants to partake in the poem can. So I started it. Everybody, I can do line. Now is the time for us to part.
Campaign couldn't get it. Come again.
So next in line would be Manu. So I'm trying to do a collaborative poem at the very end. Everybody does one line. Doesn't have to rhyme necessarily. It can. But my first line is, now is the time for us to part. And so the next one up is Manu. Do you have anything to say? Do you want to add to the poem? Now it's time for us to part.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present one, and I hope I connect with all of these people to improve my knowledge and express my poems with them to be support. Thank you.
So I think Angie, go ahead.
I think I get a Tina piece. Now is the time for us to part. We all connected and shared parts of our hearts.
Very good. So now it's time for us to part.
Hope that we can make a bond that never departs.
Okay. So I'm trying to write it down. So now is the time for us to part. Trying to figure out a way to mute a couple people. Okay, very good. So, Angie, go ahead and again tell me your line.
We all connected, shared parts of our hearts.
We all connected and shared parts of our hearts, right? Okay, and Swati?
Yeah. Hope that we can make a bond that never
Hope
departs.
that we can make a bond that never departs. Okay, we can make a bond that never departs. Okay, bond that never departs. So I think that's what we're going to do. If somebody has a line, do you want to go ahead?
Yes. Until we meet again in the lovely times to come.
Okay, until we meet again in the lovely times to come.
All right.
Okay, all right. Anybody else want to add to this poem, this joint effort?
Life is beautiful. Live it with a complete heart.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Life is.
I'll go back to you, Swati. Gul?
Life is.
Yeah, now it's time to part, but we will keep connected our hearts.
Now is, well, we need something a little different because that's kind of really close to that second line. So let me read what we have and then we'll add to it. So I don't mean to interrupt anybody. Now is the time for us to part. We all connected with parts of our hearts. Hope that we can bond. Hope that we can bond. How was that? I think I'm messing it up. Angie, was that?
Yeah. Hope that we can make a bond that never departs.
That we can make a bond.
Make a bond that never departs.
A bond that never departs, that never departs. So let me reread that. So now is the time for us to part. We all connected with the parts of our hearts. Hope that we can make a bond that never depart. Until we meet again in the lovely poem. No,
lovely times to come.
Until we meet again in the lovely times to come. Times to come.
That's right.
All right. Now, what's the next line?
Life is beautiful. Spend it with your heart wholesome.
Life is beautiful.
Spend it with your heart wholesome.
Beautiful. Spend it with your heart wholesome.
Some. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Sonnet? Yes.
Gul, Gul, do you have one? I'm sorry.
Could we add something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could we, the line before, could we add something to in this international forum? If you could add some words to it. The line before.
What about in this national?
So it will end with forum.
Huh?
So it will end with forum.
You want to end with that?
No, the line before, the ending line before, but add some more words to it.
So in this international forum.
Yeah, you can add some words to the ending before, so it will rhyme with the other line.
Poetic love. In the international forum. Maybe help me. This international forum.
The ending word to be international forum.
We give the message of peace and love to everyone.
Okay, this international forum.
We give the message of peace and love to everyone on this planet.
In this international forum, we promote peace and love. You want that?
Peace and love worldwide.
Okay. Okay.
We could add that. May I?
Yeah.
Bringing in joys and adventures for every soul here.
So one of the lines you want, bringing in joys and adventures for everyone here. Bringing in joys and adventures, right?
Oh, yeah.
And adventures.
Joys and adventures for every soul here.
Adventures.
For every soul here.
Adventures for every soul here. Okay. Anybody else? Gul, did you come up with a line? Or anybody else?
I'm all confused.
I think I have something.
We're confused. Okay.
So that's a good word. Like we can't say for
Elizabeth?
If we bring joy and adventure for every soul here, that's good.
Okay.
So we support her.
Okay, great. Elizabeth?
Yes. Okay, so I think let our pens keep bleeding, that in one love we might be united.
Reword that. Say it again.
Let our pens keep bleeding, that we might be united in one love.
Okay. Instead of let, how about may? May our pets keep bleeding.
Okay.
What do you think about let versus may? Okay. So may our pens keep bleeding. And what was the rest of it, Elizabeth?
Let's be united. Let's be united in love.
United in love. United in love. Somebody's got. I'm not sure who's been background voice somewhere.
Hello. Hello.
Anybody else? Yeah.
It is the source of fragrance of peace and love.
Can't hear you. I think you're the one with a bunch of background noise. Something's in the background. What did you say?
Hello. It's a fragrance of peace and love. Source of fragrance.
Okay. So we got peace and love in here a lot. So we've got. Let me read the lines that we have, and we might want to rearrange them later at some point. We won't do that now. So we're going to wrap it up. I'll take one or two more lines. So now is the time for us to part. We all connected with parts of our heart. Hope that we can make a bond that never departs. Until we meet again in this lovely times to come. Life is beautiful spent with your wholesome. That doesn't sound right.
With your heart wholesome.
With your heart wholesome. There you go. With your heart wholesome. Heart.
I want to say something.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Let's our poem leads the world towards peace and love.
Okay, so we have peace and love in here a lot. It seems like. It seems like we did. So because the next line was, in this international forum, we promote peace and love. So I think if we put peace and love in there, it's going to be very redundant. And does anybody agree with that? I think one line about peace and love is more than enough. So because we know we want peace and love. So let us something, maybe somebody can come up with something like, let us all be encouraging as in our writing type thing. Richard, have you come up with anything? I know you're
yeah, I kind of want to break up the rhyme scheme though. Is that okay?
You know what? I might give all these lines to you later on, and you can rearrange it. So
okay, yeah. I'll do that. I'll edit it if that's all right. I wanted to because I want
Annette, if you could, sorry, please go ahead.
I want to rhyme reading with Elizabeth's bleeding, but I want to do it mid-line. So
what I think we're going to do is, Richard, I think I'm going to. I have so much work to do. I have charting to do on probably 150 patients this weekend. So I'm having you all do it. Isn't that horrible? I'm dictating. I'm delegating. So I'm going to give the lines that we have to you, Richard. And then I want you to put it together and then go ahead and do an ending, whatever, the finale. That sound good? And then this will be our piece. All of our names will be on it. And then once I ever get this website up, I'm supposed to get the publishing website, we'll publish it on the website.
Okay.
I have to go because I have lots to get ready for the next. I have one more event. So I have one yesterday. I had this one, and then one more event to go. But so happy that you all joined today. Happy to see everyone here. Love and peace. Thanks for sharing your beautiful poetry. And thanks for being part of POP. So, love and blessings to you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Anna. Bye.
Unmute.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye,
It
everyone.
was
Thank
very
you so much.
Bye,
remarkable
y'all.
meet.
Take care.
Yes, very memorable. And many poems were read out, and those were very good and very meaningful. So I'm grateful to you, Annette, Tarpley.
Thank you. So later,
My good wishes and best of
later
luck to all
on,
of you. Yes.
hold on a second. I'm trying to.
Angie.
Later on, this will be in, and I will distribute the footage, and I will send out the transcript. So bless you all. Love and blessings. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take care.